EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one on tap, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Big A social. Two. Hot. Omaha.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll go again with Benson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good.
The Browns at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. You look at this Niner defense. They enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game, because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Running out of the gun here with Benson. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Sometimes your velocities get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes 3rd down at 7.
Already. Oh, boy.
Here's Stroud. That's complete to Whitaker. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Look the hot.
Stroud to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
118. What's that?
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Speed left, speed left. 118. What's that?
Zone read. Here's Benson. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. 118. What's that? Under.
Another run here with Benson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Why, Tony? Oh, right. 118. What's that?
Stroud out of the gun here. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 45-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on first down. That's taken in by Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Oh, ready? Two jet. Rob it.
On first down, it's Benson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
These two teams all tied after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go.
Stroud sets up the play action. To the right side, complete to Escobar. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. At the 31-yard line. Play action. Stroud now. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there with Whiteman in the open. Now 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
White, 18. What's that? Hey, south. 19 Texas. Buggy. Hey, uno. 11. Hey, uno Mars.
Stroud working out of the gun. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. 18.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. They run over center with Benson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Trey Benson, 14 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line. The
San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on. Hey. Gotta be simple. Come back, team. Come back. 69.
Operating from the gun, Clark.
And that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Andrews. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. They'll run again here with Andrews. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are an extra point away from drawing level. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Oh, right. 19 seconds. 118. That's right.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Stroud looking to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
When you're in man coverage, you have to up over the top. You become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
They'll run it with Andrews. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On the ground, Andrews again. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try.
A 53-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They're all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
44-yard line.
Here we go. Look the hot. Look the hot. 18. What's that? What? 19 Texas. Why Tony?
And Stroud now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they're saying it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Stroud. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
South.
Again, it's Stroud. Open man here is Benson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 7-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Trey Benson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
49ers 14. Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now Andrews. And it pushes way forward to about the 32. 113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he appears to be about 2 feet short of 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
That's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
All right.
A give up the middle with Benson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A give left side for Benson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From the 22 now, here's second and a yard. On the handoff, Benson running right. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 11.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Stroud. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Was that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you. And interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Back to throw. Clark. A dump off this time for Andrews. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. It looks like they'll move things around here. On third down, it's Andrews. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Andrews. And they're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your team there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 44, Stroud. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
We'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go around.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hurt. 19 Lions. second and 60. Corner 70. Cut 19. Cut 19.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
And the 49er first down.
18, pioneer.
Looking to throw. Clark. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
49er first down. A gain of 15. First down.
Back to throw. Clark. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and a yard. Now they'll audible to something else. Now Clark to throw. Operating from the gun. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
A great play there. 29 yards. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
It's complete. And they will get back to it in one score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. And he'll go out near midfield and the 49. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Omaha.
On the give, it's Benson. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 113 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 32-yard line. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 32-yard line.
18. Route to the right. Route to the right. Move speed left. 12. 19 taxi.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he hits his tight end, Escobar. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Big ace.
A give. Here comes Benson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10.
All right.
Back to throw. Stroud. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Trey Benson, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 19 right. 79 Broncos.
Throwing to start the drive. Clark. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Looking to throw. Clark. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Finally, Watkins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
49er, 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 2 timeouts remaining. The time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10.
18, 5 in.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's caught down the field by Palmer. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
49er, 1st down. It's a gain of
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Clark.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Come on, come on. Hit. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it.